Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. We're going to do a special edition today. So we're going to revisit the 131 video. This channel is about very small UFOs flying around Marina Del Rey. They're all over the world, but they're invading Marina Del Rey. It's been going on for 7 years. The military is doing everything they can about it. Of course, they're not saying anything, but they're doing everything they can. So there's been a no-fly zone over Marina Del Rey for 120 days regarding military aircraft. The assumption is fall back, regroup, and attack. And so on 131, we had 5 heavy lifters come in. They were surveying. I don't think they were necessarily hunting dragons. Dragons are these small UAPs. I thought they were dragonflies 7 years ago. They did a survey on 131. They got tagged 8-10 times. Here's the video. They were just all over the sky. It was chaos in the sky. Again, I think they were doing an evaluation on how to move forward. I predicted they would come up with a plan in 30 days and they would re-invade Marina Del Rey. And here they are a couple days ago on 225. 4 Blackhawks came in and they circled and circled. And I'll show you the radar data, planefinder.net. So these guys came in they meant business, and they were being escorted for the first time ever. They were being escorted by the LAPD chopper. I think the way to read into that is they were using the LAPD chopper as bait. If you've been watching my channel, you know these UFOs can be baited. If you haven't been, this is way too much information. I'm sorry to overload you, but just bear with it. It gets easy to understand in a short period of time. But basically, the LAPD flew in first by a half a mile, and followed by these 4 Blackhawks flying in circles, racetrack format. And why they're flying in over Marina Del Rey, they're getting tagged by these small UFOs, these dragons, aka dragons. They're 2,000 miles an hour. They trigger the X and K band spectrum. Please feel free to ask questions. I know if you're brand new, it's hard to comprehend all this knowledge, but it's pretty basic. This has been going on since 2017. There's been in far excess of 15,000 military sorties, far north of that number. And so in other words, now the no-fly zone has been canceled and they are coming in with their new plan. And it looks like they mean business. They usually don't send 4 Blackhawks. They did 5 years ago. That was a different circumstance. They were hunting dragons. They got tagged a lot. I'm not even going to show that right now because there's just too much new dragon video is coming in. Again, it's coming in from all over the world. This is what's going on here. So I really take my hat off to these pilots. They're doing an amazing job. I'm sure that, look at this dragon coming in. Oh, and he goes right behind the crane. I'll show you some zoom in shots of the crane. I'll show you that. But like I said, they were just tagged all over the place. I think these pilots are doing an amazing job. If you were a pilot and you knew you were possibly flying into a UFO zone, would you still do it? I don't know. It's you have to factor in. You just have to factor in a lot of stuff, especially. If you have a family. You got to balance the risk and the reward. But nevertheless, this is the newest and latest, and we're doing everything we can. Now look at this dragon. He's basically came in from the right. He's climbing. Keep watching. That's over 1,000 feet right there, the Jetty Rocks. It's actually 2,200, but we're looking at half of it. So look at this thing. It's going at 3% normal speed. Just look at how fast the rotor blades are not even turning. There it is. So watch the second dragon. Look at this second dragon coming in. The video is at 3%. How is anything moving that fast? I've seen thousands of these videos and I'm still shaking my head. How are they doing this? Like I said, you look at the rotor blades aren't even turning, and this thing comes in at 2,000 miles an hour. Just phenomenal. So I wanted to get this information out to you as soon as possible. So the Blackhawks returned on 225 and they returned on 226. I could show you some roof video. They came at 6 at night. It was dark. So I don't have any dragons, but I'll just show you just for the evidence that they did return, and it looks like it's game on. Today is, by the way, 227, and a Blackhawk did return today also, 3 o'clock Los Angeles time. He came in, that's, yeah, here we go. There's the roof video from 226. That was from yesterday. Those 4 Blackhawks return. So it's, what can I say? It's game on. The Blackhawks are not going to back down. The Dragons are not leaving. What do you do? What do you do? It looks like these guys are perfectly friendly. If you're worried about the safety of the pilots, does not appear. There's been no hostile activities in 7 years that I know of. In fact, in one video, we were shooting at a dragon and it did not retaliate at all. It was hit. It was able to escape with the help of a second dragon, but it appears that they do not fire back if you shoot at them. They will not defend themselves. They'll just leave. However, that's not true with UFOs, 30-foot with pilot UFOs, 30 feet or long or larger. That is very unadvisable to shoot at them. Super. Okay, here's that enlarged picture of the Blackhawk behind the crane. Frame 1, frame 2. So I'm shooting at 4K, 60 frames, Panasonic X1000. We know the Blackhawk is about 40 feet long. It appears that this thing flies right behind the crane. Here are the 3 frames. Here's frame number 3. Let's back it up. Let's back up and focus with the UAP, the UFO, apparently behind the crane or right in front of it. Here we go. So the red dot indicates that the dragon, the UFO, is right above the red dot. I know it fits right into the frame. It will be hard for you to see, but it is right there. It's right there. To me, you can blow it up, analyze it, but it appears to be behind the crane. Not that it really matters at this point, because I think we're way behind, far ahead of, as far as are these birds or bugs, and are they behind or in front. It consumes a lot of time, and I'm sure you'd rather see more dragon video than explanations. But here it is, just a lucky shot. I slowed that down as slow as it can go, and there it is. So the bottom line is the no-fly zone has been canceled. The Pentagon's coming back in. They're very serious with these 4 Blackhawks. So they came in on the 25th and on the 26th, and again today on the 27th. They came in with 1 Blackhawk, flying circles. It's different than, it makes a difference whether you fly over Marina del Rey or if you're flying over it in circles. And of course, that's what matters. Let me show you the Jeep. I don't think I showed you the screen finder GPS of the flight path they took. All right, let's go to the next. Super. Okay, so this was the 25th, 11:30. As you can see from planefinder.net, the helicopters had their GPS radio transponder turned on. At least 2 of the Blackhawks did, the other 2 did not. And the LAPD was Alpha Guy. He flew in first, the theory being he was the bait. So that's how it works. If you fly over Marina del Rey, you get tagged by these dragons. So obviously the plan was to have some bait. Here we go, here's the other screenshot. LAPD flew in, And now you see the circles, you see the flight path that the Blackhawks took. They were just, it's massive to have witnessed this, and I do have video of that also. But the better video is when it was closer to the Jetty Rocks. But it's just massive to see something like that, and the LAPD flying, escorting. It was a real circus. It was really, that's pretty good after 120 days of desert, and then all of a sudden this shows up. So this is where we're at here. Please share your thoughts. What do you think? You think they're doing everything right? I think they are. I mean, I think they could always, more can be done. But what do you do when you're chasing highly likely UFO aircraft, whether they're off the planet or from our future? It doesn't matter. At this point, this is not our technology. It is not. I'm guess for what it's worth. My guess is from our future. That's my guess. But nevertheless, what do you do if you were them? Obviously, they've talked to thousands of experts, thousands of aviation experts, and this is the best plan that we have. Come in with Blackhawks, but I've seen this hundreds of times in 7 years. So it's a little bit of a mystery. Where do we go next here? We could bring in some more fighter jets. I mean, those are always nice to see. You always get new Dragon video when there's fighter jets. This is where we're at. So officially the no-fly zone is off. And I think the next 30 days might be pretty exciting. I think we'll have a lot of trial and error. We'll see some more Blackhawks. We might see some Apaches and some Ospreys. I'll keep you in the loop. Well, thank you very much. I hope you appreciate this, enjoyed this special edition. Ask questions anytime. This is Robert from Custodian File. Take care.